Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. Well, good evening. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel today. You guys are so sweet. I'm just finishing a cup of tea and thinking about everybody who subscribed today. I don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. You're so kind to me. Thank you so much. Oh, this is such a peaceful life that I'm living. You know, years ago, this is all I ever knew. I was a podcaster for 25 years. And that is a really long time to have done something that you loved. And then this is the first show that I have created in a very long time. I've been on YouTube for a very long time. And this is the niche that I think that I've loved the most, and the niche that I'm going to stay with for forever. And what I mean by stay with forever, I think I'm going to stay dedicated to this for forever, because you guys have been so kind to me when you didn't have to be. I was somebody who was a professional wrestler for years, either a professional wrestler or a journalist for professional wrestling. So what would happen is I would cover something that would happen momentously in professional wrestling, and a lot of the stuff that I was covering and I was talking about on professional wrestling news websites wasn't really making sense. It wasn't really, meeting the criteria of what I wanted to do. And they always knew me for being a huge Disney fan. And then people started emailing me about Dove Cameron, and I read the emails about Dove Cameron and her relationship with Ryan McCartan, the success of Liv and Maddie. And Descendants was blowing up in 2015. And that was when I was trying to make sense of my life, trying to put my life together, trying to figure out what I wanted to get the most out of my experience as a journalist. And I came home. My back got bad. I came home. Couldn't wrestle anymore, and I decided that my career was done. I recorded my final podcast in 2018. I believed I had said what I wanted to say, and I hung up the headset for what I believed to have been the final time. So as the years went on, people started contacting me about possibly starting up another show about Descendants of Zombies. And then I was kind of reluctant to do it at first, and then I got a call from one of my very good friends from high school. His name is Joshua. He blows shit up on his JR Science YouTube channel, pretty much just doing science projects, and he said to me, Jonathan, I think you need to start making YouTube videos again for these kids. They love you so much. You need to talk about Descendants of Zombies for them. I didn't think the show was going to go anywhere. I thought I had said what I wanted to say and had completed it. Completed my story, if you would, and he believed that I hadn't finished my story. He believed that I still had more to say. I had more to say about Descendants of Zombies, the stars of the franchise, and then I heard about how Ryan McCartan was treating Dove Cameron, how he was being so unfair towards her. I cried a few nights, and then after I cried every night of my life, I stopped crying and I started a YouTube show. I can remember when this YouTube channel had 6 subscribers, and now I have 3,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. That is unbelievable, and we have accomplished what I set out to do, and that was remove Ryan McCartan from YouTube. He hasn't uploaded a video in over a year. I think people like Ryan McCartan should stay away from YouTube because he is a very unkind person. His personality just doesn't match mine, I don't think. I love Dove Cameron for all of my life. Unquestionably, Dove Cameron will go down in history as the girl from Disney that made me famous overnight. But each and every one of you, because of your kindness, have brought me back from the dead, really, because my show was dead. And because of your kindness, I have a show that is extremely popular on YouTube again. You guys have made me famous overnight. Thank you so much. Thank you from my heart to yours. Thank you so much. I have loved Descendants of Zombies for what feels like an eternity. There is no other niche that I would want to commentate on than Descendants of Zombies. I think that this new franchise for Zombies 5 is absolutely unbelievable. I think that there is still a long way to go with zombies, but it doesn't mean that we can't get there. I think that Freya Skye, Malachi Burton, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The chemistry that I saw in Zombies 4 just last weekend was unreal. I think that we're not only just going to see Zombies 5, we're probably going to get to Zombies 6, Zombies 7, Zombies 8, Zombies 9, Zombies 10. I have so many Zombies fans subscribed to this YouTube channel. It is crazy. I have so many Descendants fans subscribed to this YouTube channel, it is crazy. You're going to have to forgive me. I wear the flannel shirts like Zed does in Zombies. I've become accustomed to that over the years. I dress very professionally. There's just something about me dressing professionally every day. I have a watch on my wrist. You can see it there, and I do the whole flannel shirt thing. So if Zombies is looking for a new cast member, I'll sign up. I'll sign a lucrative contract for Disney. I have no problem signing a contract for Disney because I think that you guys have heard a bunch of nonsense on YouTube when it comes to Zombies and Descendants for far long enough now. And I think that if you're going to hear and see something on YouTube, it's got to be something worth your while, something that will stretch your imaginations. I like to do that. You're going to have to forgive me because all I've ever known how to be is a really sweet guy. So that's why these are the most kind Descendants and Zombies videos that you will find ever on the internet. I am the sweetest guy to ever create a Descendants or Zombies video, and I'm sure many of you have realized that because I don't know any other way to be. I am an advocate for women's rights, so when I hear about how people like Meg Donnelly are struggling with their medical conditions such as panic attacks and anxiety, and her mother's battle with cancer, it brought me back to when my mom was struggling with the same thing. She was struggling with a very extensive battle of cancer. We didn't even know she had it. And I want Meg Donnelly to know, even in her struggles with anxiety and panic attacks, I want her to know she's not alone. Meg Donnelly is incredibly kind. She is one of the most sweetest actresses, I think, that I've ever had the chance to profile and take a look at over my illustrious 25-year career. I think she did a fabulous job as Addison in Zombies. I fell in love with that character when I first got a look at Zombies in February of 2018. It was just after Valentine's Day. My heart had been broken because somebody didn't want anything to do with me, and then I found out about her and everything she was going through. And then I just jumped on the bandwagon for the Zombies universe, and I've been on the bandwagon ever since. I have been the voice of Descendants and Zombies for what feels like an eternity, and there is no other honor that I would ever want to have bestowed upon me than being the voice of Descendants and Zombies. I think that she is absolutely fabulous, and she is extraordinary. Everything that she's done, from Zombies to American Housewife to everything she's done outside of that, is absolutely incredible. And I think her role as the producer of Descendants and Zombies is incredible. I think that she's going to be a tremendous asset to Malachi Burton and Freya Skye, who I think have fabulous futures with the Disney company. Don't let me down, because Malachi Burton is one of those guys of extreme rarity that I am very fond of. I am particularly fond of him. I think that he has a long way to go. I think that he is going to be such a huge success story for the Zombies franchise, and so is Freya Skye. You guys are right. They do look adorable together, and I will forever support you guys with your analogy of them. And I will forever support you guys thinking there's going to be mermaids by the time we get to Zombies 5. I will forever support you guys thinking that we will see Red and Chloe end up together by the time we see Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, which is a title that I am really excited about because of how unpredictable it could be. You know, many nights I have lied awake and I have wished for another chapter of Descendants to be written and produced, because I never want this journey to end. You guys have been incredibly supportive of a guy who was a former pro wrestler, who loves Descendants and Zombies, and loves each and every one of you for hitting the subscribe button. It is a crazy story, but I think it's a story that we are never, ever going to forget. I never had the chance to be the World Wrestling Federation champion, so once I realized that was never going to happen for me, I just devoted my life to creating content for people who loved it so much. I had a passion for Descendants and Zombies, and I'm one of the only guys, I think, in wrestling history that had a passion for Disney the way that I did. There's a girl in wrestling, her name is Alexa Bliss. I know her very well. She has the same passion for Disney as I do, but I don't think the wrestling industry had any desire of wanting anything to do with a guy who loved Disney so much. So ultimately, with my history with podcasts, I came home, I moved into this house that they told me were haunted. Conveniently, I found it near a soda plantation and a chemical plant, and I jumped at the opportunity because I wanted to really feel what it was like to live through a zombie apocalypse and what it would be like for a world where zombies and humans could coexist. And we have seen so many supernatural creatures in the Zombies franchise. We have seen everything from zombies to werewolves to vampires to aliens to now mermaids. I, for one, would love to see mermaids see their entry into the Zombies franchise. I'm hoping I'm the producer of Zombies alongside Meg Donnelly. I'll ask her out on a date to Taco Bell. I have this thing where I want to ask out Disney stars, Disney girls to Taco Bell, because of just how much they love tacos. From what I understand, Ruby Rose Turner is a huge fan of tacky chips and tacos. So is Meg Donnelly, and Japanese food, the Japanese language. I think it is a huge honor to have a girl learn Japanese just because she has a huge crush on a guy. I would love for a girl to learn Japanese because she has a huge crush on me. I would love for Meg Donnelly to look at me and tell me that she loves Batman in Japanese. There's just something about that. This is why I never like seeing them cry on videos. They cry because they can't make sense of stuff. They are still trying to figure things out. They are still very young. And they are victims of criticism for whatever reasons people believe they are deserving of the criticism they receive. Leave them alone. Please leave Ruby alone, please. It breaks my heart. I mean, Ruby is one of the most talented actresses that I have ever seen in my life. I've ever had the opportunity to hear sing a song such as beautiful as Life is Sweeter When You Are, because Life is Sweeter When You Are was a beautiful song. That is a song that I have never been able to get out of my head for what feels like forever. And I hope I never get it out of my head. It is a beautiful song. And the thing about Ruby was so kind. Ruby was so kind. I know I'm probably bringing tears to the eyes of a lot of girls now. But Ruby was so kind. Just like each and every one of you are so kind to this YouTube channel. I don't expect you to subscribe, but I would love for you to subscribe. I really would. Because I know there are hundreds of Descendants and Zombies YouTube channels out there that thousands of Descendants and Zombies fans are subscribing to, and all it is AI because they want to get monetized, which is basically just getting paid per views for your videos on your YouTube channel. You subscribe to me because you see something special in me. And all I want to say is thank you. All I've ever wanted to say to each and every one of you is just how appreciative I am of each and every one of you for doing that. Because, you know, I may not have the best YouTube studio, and you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, you have a YouTube studio? I thought that was your room. Yeah, it is my room. It's my room / YouTube studio. And I have a cup of tea every night, and talk to you about Descendants of Zombies. Now, I do think there is a chance we'll see mermaids in the Zombies franchise. I tell you stories about how my friend actually wanted to invite me out on a mermaid excursion the other day in a boat, which I didn't take him up on the opportunity to do. Perhaps I should have. I probably should have went mermaid hunting. Probably would have caught one by now. Which, by the way, if there's a mermaid watching this video, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. Hopefully you have eyes for a guy who was a former pro wrestler and who loves to commentate on Descendants of Zombies. I don't know. Hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to be a part of this community. I really would. The thing about you fans are you are incredibly supportive, and you never ever quit on me, and you listen to every crazy story or every crazy theory that I ever had, and that was proven today. Every 5 minutes somebody was subscribing to my YouTube channel for whatever reasons you had. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have been in some of the most ridiculous relationships and situations in my lifetime. Nobody could ever make sense of why I fell into this niche and why I thought it was so incredibly supportive. I thought it was incredibly supportive because it was. It really was. And all I've ever wanted to do was be a part of the cast and look into Bridget's eyes and tell Bridget to never ever leave me. I just wanted to look into her eyes with a microphone attached to me and say, Bridget, please never leave me. I think I would make a fabulous prince in Descendants. It's just I've never had the opportunity to do that. I would love to be able to ride a noble steed and go save Bridget from the annals of time and the consequences of time travel. That is a movie in its own right. Me going back in time to bring Bridget back for Descendants. And you guys can make that happen by hitting the subscribe button, because this Jonathan Clarke guy is really sweet. He would make a fabulous addition to the Descendants franchise. He wants to be the director of it. Why doesn't Disney listen to us? Because if Disney were to listen to the Descendants of Zombies, Jonathan Clarke would be a shoo-in for one of the biggest roles for Descendants. He would be more famous than Colin Cottrell. He would be the star of Descendants if it was up to each and every one of you. You know, I envision myself walking through the forest, being lost, and then stumbling across Oridon. Probably the first person I would encounter would be Bridget. And right then and there, just as fast as you can snap your fingers, here comes Ruby Rose Turner in blazing glory, returning to Descendants, because Jonathan Clarke can't live without her. And Jonathan Clarke really cannot live without certain Descendants stars. And the number one star that I can't live without right now, I can't stand my life, the thought of not being part of my life, is Ruby. Because of just how kind she was. You know, Ruby didn't have a whole lot of big roles in her lifetime or much of a chance, but I just wanted to give Ruby that chance. I wanted to give Ruby the benefit of the doubt and a chance when nobody else would give Ruby the benefit of the doubt. Very few people chose her as their favorite Descendants character. It was always Kylie Cantrell or Mila Baker or Dove Cameron, and it was always Dove Cameron for a lot of people. But I just think that people like Ruby deserve more of a chance. I love her so much, and I want her to know that I will never ever quit believing that Bridget could forever and always have been a part of the Descendants franchise, because indeed life is sweeter when you are, and you do get more with sugar than you do with salt. And you're thinking to yourself, hey Jonathan Clarke, man, I love your videos. You're campaigning for Ruby Rose Turner to return as Bridget in Descendants, and you're going really crazy with it. I know. Somebody's got to do it. I love Ruby so much. I can't bear the thought of Ruby not being a part of my life or being a part of Descendants, because I know how much each and every one of these characters mean to you. That's what all the other YouTube creators don't seem to realize, or really put into perspective or think about, is how much these Descendants characters mean to each and every one of you. I know that you watch Descendants because you love Kylie Cantrell so much. I know you've watched Descendants in the past because you've loved either Dove Cameron or Sophia Carson so much. I get this from all the videos that I upload about the specific characters or things that happen in history related to them. I think Dove Cameron was fabulous as part of Descendants. I wish she was still a part of the Descendants franchise. I wish they all were. I think that a bigger donation could be made to the Cameron Boyce Foundation, which is why if I'm ever elected as President of the United States, I will make the most massive donation to the Cameron Boyce Foundation in his memory on the behalf of your future President of the United States. And I will follow through with my promises of giving you Disney Plus for free of charge, courtesy of the President, and I will give you one trip to Disney every year so you can live out my dream. You know, for over 40 years, all I've ever wanted to do is go to Disney. But because of everything that happened to me in my lifetime, I never had the opportunity to do it. I'm almost 40 now. I'm 30 now. I'm going to be 40 now next year. And there is no better honor that I could have bestowed upon me than giving each and every child the opportunity to go to Disney and live out my dream when I never had the chance to do it. All I ever wanted to do was work with a Disney company. I had a lot of crazy stuff happen to me. I got involved with the wrestling industry. I got involved with certain aspects of entertainment that a lot of people probably have forgotten about. I've been very fortunate in my career, but my biggest dreams were never ever realized. And this has got to be one of the biggest dreams that I ever had. All I ever wanted to do was become famous on YouTube. And you girls, because you're such sweethearts, have made me famous on YouTube. And I can't thank you enough for that. Because without you, I would just be a YouTube creator nobody would even know the name of. I would just be Jonathan Clarke. But now I am Jonathan Clarke, going to solidify his legacy as the greatest of all time. I am not just Jonathan Clarke. I am Jonathan Clarke, the greatest of all time. Not because I chose to be the greatest of all time, but because you girls made me the greatest of all time, and you saw the good in me when nobody else did. And for that, I want to say thank you from my heart to yours, because you didn't quit on me when you could have, but you didn't. I went away for a couple of months. A lot of stuff got in the way, and as sure as that sun sets every single night on all of our lives, when I came back, you girls were still here. And you've loved me ever since because of my thoughts on Descendants that I was able to share with you through the power of YouTube, and because we share in the same passion. Thank you so much. And the cool thing is, there are so many Descendants fans who have yet to find this YouTube channel, who have yet to subscribe, and I would love to have you be a part of this YouTube channel and be a part of my crazy dream of having Ruby Rose Turner realize how big of a fan I am of her and how much I love her, to support Kylie Cantrell with her political point of view, having been dragged into a conversation, and giving her a president that she can finally be proud of, because I have no problem addressing the nation every night after 8 p.m. on my YouTube channel and giving you guys a president that you can finally be proud of, more especially Kylie, because Kylie's seen her fair share of heartbreak too, I know. And it is very hard for me to watch this stuff because I was a huge fan of Kylie Cantrell's YouTube show, Hello Kylie, years ago. I don't think there was a single episode I ever missed of Hello Kylie. I would love to have a cup of tea with Kylie Cantrell and just discuss life. Because I think that we have a lot in common. I would love to have a cup of tea with Ruby Rose Turner and discuss life, because I think we have a lot in common. I think I could give Ruby Rose Turner a whole new perspective on life. One thing about Ruby is Ruby has inspired me to be a better person. I can only wish to be half the person, or to become half the person that Ruby Rose Turner is. I had a really good friend a year ago, and she was incredibly supportive of me. She taught me how to be kinder to people when I couldn't be. And she allowed me to see the good inside of my heart when I really couldn't. Because in my career, with all the choices that I have made, I've made a lot of mistakes. I am far from perfect. But one thing that she helped me do is she helped me see the good in me and really realize my potential for being one of the greatest of all time. I have no idea where she is tonight, but I want her to know that she was incredibly supportive of me, just as each and every one of you have been. You are the reason why I live in a haunted house now, and I hear excessive banging in the nighttime, like I just heard, and why I will call an exorcist perhaps this week to find out what's wrong. You are the reason why I live 5 minutes away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant. You girls are the reason why I have a dream of falling in love with Addison as Addison's new love interest by the time we get to Zombies 5. I know she's going to a national cheer college. I don't know, if I got to, I'll take the bus and chase Addison down to the cheer college. I will enroll as a cheer educator. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that can be done by the time we get to Zombies 5. Incredibly sweet girl. Incredibly sweet girl. I remember seeing all her audition tapes, too. They were fabulous. And I remember seeing that first dance number, This Is Going to Be My Year, and then by Zombies 4, We're Going Down as Legends. And they were great dance numbers. But that dance number between Malachi Burton and Freya Sky stole the show for me last weekend. I loved musicals. A lot of guys think I'm really weird. I've lost a lot of friends because I love musicals. I'm going to see Wicked in November. I'll see you in November, Ariana. I love you dearly. But I love this stuff. I seem to never be able to get enough of it. So every single time Disney puts out a musical, I'm sitting front and center. And I have 1 million girls hitting the subscribe button on my YouTube channel now. Oh my God. I have 1 million girls going to hit the subscribe button. A lot of guys just sit here and they critique Descendants and they don't know the first thing about Descendants. They don't appreciate the characters. They don't appreciate the plot. And I just wanted to give you something that you could enjoy, that you could find that was fun, that was compelling, that was engaging, all aspects of a YouTube video all in the one. And I like to believe that I did that. I know I had crazy theories about being attacked by zombies after coming in through the window every night, being attacked and bitten by vampires and living across the street from vampires and being a vampire slayer, which is really, really psychotic. I wouldn't recommend anybody get into that, especially if you get involved with guys who are in cults and they have girlfriends who think they are vampires and they themselves think they are vampires. You know, it works both ways, and then you have to kick their ass and kill them because they infected a girl that you love so much. There's a lot that goes with that. I've been dealing with that for 25 years. What a career I've tried. Pro wrestler and vampire slayer, and now one of the most successful podcasts in the history of YouTube. Oh my. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel. I will forever and always be here talking about Descendants of Zombies for each and every one of you because I know how much this means to you. I know how much you love it and how much you've supported it. I noticed that the Zombies videos don't get as many views as the Descendants videos. That's to be expected. So this is pretty much a Zombies video that ties in with the Descendants Zombies Worlds Collide tour. I appreciate how the two franchises are together and sharing the same stage. There's just something about the thrill of dancing with a bunch of zombies on stage that I can't get out of my head. The songs from both Zombies and Descendants were quite catchy. Descendants' songs were far more catchier than Zombies, but Zombies in their own right were catchy songs, especially by the time we saw Zombies 4 premiered last weekend, presenting the Hannah Montana camp rock vibe. I would love to see a movie where both franchises are featured in the one, and that will happen if I'm a producer of this. One can only hope that you girls think I'm the sweetest guy ever to create all these Descendants and Zombies videos and you will hit my subscribe button. That's the only way I'm going to know if somebody hits my subscribe button if you love my videos. Hopefully there's a mermaid watching, she'll hit the subscribe button. Hopefully there's a vampire girl watching, she'll hit the subscribe button. Hopefully there's a Descendants fan watching who thinks she's a princess, will hit the subscribe button. I don't know. Man, I have a lot of fun creating these videos. And I haven't even finished my cup of tea. It's just between you and me. Don't tell anybody that I drink tea out of a Mickey Mouse coffee mug every morning and every night before I shut my eyes. Oh my. Between Dove Cameron's addiction to coffee and my addiction to tea, that's going to be a fabulous mix. And then I love tacos. Ruby loves tacos. That's going to be WWE Royal Rumble. Fighting over a taco kid. Oh my. thank you so much for just being here and being a part of my life. So what do you say you hit the subscribe button? You know, I'm really stuck. Like right now, I got like 2,732 subscribers. It could be 2,733, 2,734, 2,735. Hit the subscribe button and spread your own message of kindness, because we look at the same moon, we look at the same stars, but the most important thing that I want you to take away from these videos is that everything is going to be okay. Because on times when I didn't think everything was going to be okay, you guys let me know that everything was going to be okay through how kind you were. Because like I said, I can remember when this YouTube channel had 6 subscribers. And it went all the way from 6 subscribers overnight to 3,000 almost. Not quite 3,000. But I want to put it out there that whoever is the 3,000 subscriber, I will honor you. And that doesn't mean that we can't see the 3,000 subscribers put up on this YouTube channel, because we can. What it comes down to is you and how much you love these videos. And I know that you are going to hit the subscribe button before anybody else does, because this is the most incredibly supportive niche that I could ever have had the honor of creating videos for. So with that having been said, the sun is officially set. I have to go kill a bunch of vampires and zombies and get them before they get me, and protect all of you. So if you guys think that I'm an incredibly sweet guy for creating all these Descendants of Zombies videos unlike anybody else, you will hit that subscribe button as you stay calm and zombie on in a world that oftentimes we can't make sense of. But because we are here to help each other, because we are here to support each other with love and kindness, I know each and every one of you will never ever quit on me, ever. And I will never ever quit on each and every one of you. This YouTube channel will always be here for you. And just to let you know that kindness really does go a long way in this world. From my heart to yours, thank you so much. I know I wear a plaid shirt like Zed, but that's the way it's got to be. And we will do this again tomorrow. Stay safe, be kind to one another. Bye YouTube, the night isn't very long, and by tomorrow morning you will see another video from yours truly, because all we have to do is stay calm and zombie on.